The greatest revelation in human history occurred 3,337 years ago in the desert at Mount Sinai. God communicated with millions of people, yet his words were spoken in the singular form, as if he were addressing only one individual. In English, the word you can refer to either a single person or a group, but in Hebrew there's a distinction. The Ten Commandments begin with the words, Anochi Hashem Elokecha Asher Hotzeisicha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. I am the Lord your God who took you out of the land of Egypt. God redeemed the entire nation from Egypt, yet he chose to phrase his commandments as though he were addressing only one person at a time. Our sages explain that God did this intentionally so that each of us would understand that his message is personal. He desires more than just a communal relationship. He seeks a deep individual connection with every single one of us. There's a story told about a small village with exactly 10 Jewish men. Every day, 3 times a day, they gathered in their modest shul to pray together as a minyan. This routine continued for many, many years. One day, a new Jew moved into town. The villagers warmly welcomed him and shared the schedule of prayers. Yet the next morning, for the first time in history, they failed to gather a minyan. Each man assumed that the other would show up. I don't need to go, they thought. Someone else will take care of it. My friends, this is what happens when we treat Judaism as someone else's responsibility, when we rely on the group to uphold it, instead of realizing that it is deeply relevant to each one of us as individuals. God is not addressing the crowd. He is speaking to you and only you. It's not a global broadcast, it's a personal message. I am the Lord your God who took you out of Egypt. You should observe Shabbos. You should honor your parents. You should not steal. You should not commit adultery, etc. There was a great chassid, Reb Chatzah Fagin, who served as the previous Rebbe's personal secretary during the 1920s and 30s. That was a time when communists were actively cracking down on Jewish education and religious observance. The Rebbe was running a clandestine underground network to ensure that Torah learning and mitzvahs continued, and Reb Chatzah bore enormous responsibility in maintaining it. The pressure was overwhelming. One day, he lamented to the Rebbe. Because of the workload, he said, I can no longer pray like a proper Jew. I can no longer learn Torah the way I desire. I simply don't have the time. The Rebbe looked at him with a tear in his eye and he replied, if everyone only did what they enjoy, who would do what truly needs to be done? My dear friends, as we celebrate Shavuos, let us take a moment to truly absorb this profound truth. You are not just a part of a community. You are an individual whom Hashem personally addresses and cherishes. The Torah was not given in broad strokes for the masses. It was handed down to you as if no one else existed. This means that your relationship with Hashem is uniquely yours. It's not something to be delegated, assumed, or passively observed. It demands your presence and your engagement and your devotion. Too often, people fall into the mindset that religious obligations belong to the community. We assume that others will take responsibility for Torah observance, Jewish education, and mitzvah fulfillment. But the truth is, if everyone relies on others, then who will step up? Yes, we are a part of a community, and we must support one another, and God willing, we will always share in each other's simchas. But never even for a moment should we lose sight of our individual connection with Hashem. This relationship is not theoretical, it's personal. God did not redeem an abstract collective. He redeemed you, and so too his expectations of you are individual and direct. Judaism is not just about what feels good or what's convenient. Sometimes responsibility means stepping up even when it's difficult. And here's the best part. Although it may seem counterintuitive, when you access this personal connection, it's the best feeling in the world. It's a feeling of richness and deep joy emerging from true freedom. I wish you my heartfelt blessings for a Chag Sameach, a Kabbalah Satorah besimcha ubipnimius. May you receive the Torah this Shavuos with joy and internalize its teachings. Good Shabbos.